You look at Genesis and it say in the beginning, we thinking, okay, this is where everything started. This is the beginning of everything.
Right.
And who dared to argue with this? And you know, it's majority of people that you're around and everybody that you grew up with, your parents, everybody was Christian. So there was a story that was told, and it was just like, okay, this is the truth, and that's it. And you didn't explore it, and you couldn't. And certain things you didn't even question. Correct. You just went along with it, and you just figure, okay, if they have lived their life this way, then it must be right. But what got me is, even though I'm taking responsibility of the creation, that my God created the heavens and the earth, and everything is mine, but I'm looking at my life and it's not aligning with it. It's not aligning with the authority that I say that of the God that I worship. Didn't have much money, didn't have much of many things. Working extremely hard, begging and pleading for things. So I knew it had to be more to the scriptures than what I was being taught. So I just started reading and exploring. I started exploring where the scriptures come from. How did we get the scriptures?
I just want to add, Dr. Kandis, that I remember growing up, what we were being taught was just never enough for you. No. I would be, to a certain point, I would be satisfied, but my sister, Dr. Kandis, she was never satisfied. It just always seemed like it had to be more. Something was missing. And we used to communicate all the time. And I was like, well, Kandis this, but she would never just let it go. She would always tell me, no, we should have this. It should be like this. But, you know, we didn't see this. But, I'm here to say it was always a longing in her for something more.
Yes.
So, yeah, I can testify to that. Yes, definitely.
And that longing led me to explore. And even with the criticism and but the scripture plainly tells us to study. Yeah. It tells us to study and to find out, and to go deeper. But most of the time we just stay and we just go with the flow. The first time I was reading scripture, and like I say, the scripture, anything you read, and we will get into that later on, anything you read it on the level of your subconscious. Everybody doesn't read at the same level. Everybody don't see on the same level. Right. The 6 days of creation shows us that, because it shows us when you read the 6 days of creation, the 6 days of creation and the 7-day rest. So there were 6 days creation and the 7th day was rest. And then we'll talk about the rest. Okay. When you read it, the 3 days, the first 3 days and the second 3 days mirror each other. Okay. Most people don't pay attention to that. They mirror. So day 1 and day 1 and day 4 are the same. Day 2 and day 5 are the same. Day 3 and day 6 are the same. In the first 3 days, you see separated. The last 3 days, you see filled. So that was a clue to me that nobody, I was never taught that these days were a mirror. And we know it, most people don't even know about the law of duality. So, it's a law. It's a law of the universe. It's the law of duality. So when you read that and you see, okay, so it's more to this than what I'm reading. A couple of times, let me say this. A couple of times I was reading something in the scripture. And as I read it, I saw the definition of it. One thing that got me a couple of things got me exploring, but I'm going to tell you about 2 incidents. When I read in Hebrews, it said Christ sat on the right hand of God. Okay. And when I read that scripture, I saw Christ get up and go inside of God. Wow. And when I saw that in the vision. As I read it, I saw it. And I'm like, oh my God, this scripture is talking about, most of the time when we was told that scripture, we thinking it's a throne in heaven. And Christ is sitting right on his right side.
Definitely, yes.
But when I saw that, it showed me he go inside. It was like he went inside of the brain, of the head. And I'm like, Christ went inside? And I'm like, that is something. So that, I kind of meditated on that. So I'm like, okay, so this is different. We're not talking about some physical place. We're talking about a mental place. Because
let me ask you. Okay, so you're saying we're not, okay, at first, when we read in the scriptures that Christ was sitting on the right side of God, of course we thinking on the right side. Mm-hmm. But you're saying that he actually, what that scripture actually mean is the inside. But why would it say right?
Because if you understand the brain,
okay,
we have the right side of the brain and the left side of the brain.
Oh.
They are separate.
So Christ is on the right side of the brain inside.
Yes.
Of
the Most High. The Most High sits here. This is called the Most High.
So our brains
is the mind, which is Christ.